You don't gain fat because it's the holidays. Like, you gain fat because for 2 weeks, you forget how your body actually works. You tell yourself it's just a few meals, it's just a few drinks, just this once. And then January hits, your pants are tight, your stomach feels inflamed, your energy is gone, and you're standing in front of the mirror wondering how 5 dinners turned into 10 pounds. This guide exists so that doesn't happen to you. Because here's the truth no one tells you: you can feast, you can enjoy food, you can sit at the table and eat like a human being. But only if you understand the threats working against you and how to disarm them in real time. I learned this the hard way. I used to treat the holidays like a metabolic free-for-all. Eat everything, train later, burn it off in January. Except January never came. Fat stayed, hunger skyrocketed, discipline vanished. So I stopped blaming food and started studying timing, hormones, stress, and decision fatigue. What follows isn't a diet, it's a survival guide. Because during the holidays, your body is under attack. The first threat hits before you even take a bite. Environment. You're surrounded by food all day: sugar, alcohol, warm kitchens, late nights, bright lights, constant stimulation. Your nervous system never shuts off. Cortisol stays high. Sleep quality drops. And when cortisol is high, your body doesn't burn fat, it protects it. So if you eat the same meal you'd eat in July, your body stores it differently in December. Not because you're broken, because your internal chemistry changed. That's the first danger, and most people never notice it. The second threat is insulin stacking. It's not the cookie that gets you fat, it's the cookie after the bread, after the potatoes, after the wine, after the dessert, after midnight snacks. Each time insulin spikes, your body temporarily shuts off fat burning. Stack those spikes all day, and fat burning stays locked down for hours, sometimes days, and that's why people suddenly gain weight over the holidays. Nothing sudden happened. Insulin never came down. The third threat is decision fatigue. Every meal becomes a negotiation. Should I eat this, skip that, just one more, I'll fix it tomorrow. By day 3, your willpower is dead. Your brain defaults to comfort: sugar, salt, alcohol. That's not weakness, that's biology. So how do you feast without gaining fat? You stop playing defense, you control the battlefield. The first rule is simple but uncomfortable. You never start a holiday meal hungry, and if you arrive starving, your brain shuts down and your hormones take over. Ghrelin spikes, leptin drops. You eat faster, choose worse foods, and stop noticing fullness until it's too late. So before every feast, I eat something boring: protein, fat, fiber, a few eggs, Greek yogurt, a steak, a handful of nuts. Something solid and unexciting, not to fill up, to blunt the hormonal surge. Now, when you sit down to feast, you're calm. You taste the food, you stop earlier, and insulin doesn't explode. That one move alone can save you from thousands of excess calories without skipping the feast. The next threat is timing. Your body doesn't care how many calories you eat. It cares when and how they arrive. If you graze from morning to midnight, insulin never drops. Fat burning never turns on. So I compress the chaos and I let the feast exist, but inside a shorter window. Not fasting as punishment, fasting as control. I delay my first calories until later in the day. Not because I'm being good, but because insulin sensitivity is higher after movement, light exposure, and time awake. Then when I eat decisively. One window, one event. Not 12 micro snacks disguised as celebration. Your body can handle abundance. It cannot handle constant stimulation. Alcohol is the next trap. Alcohol doesn't get stored as fat, it gets prioritized. Your body stops burning fat to clear alcohol from your system. Everything else gets shoved into storage while that happens. So if you drink while eating high-fat, high-carb meals, you've created the perfect fat storage storm. You don't need to quit alcohol, you need to sequence it. Eat first, drink later, or drink on an emptier stomach and keep food simple. Never stack alcohol, sugar, and fat together unless you want your metabolism offline for 24 hours. That's not morality, that's chemistry. Movement is the next weapon, not workouts. Movement. Hard workouts during the holidays often backfire. You're underslept, overstimulated, and inflamed. High cortisol plus intense training equals fat retention, not loss. Instead, I move after meals. A walk, 10 minutes, 15, even pacing the house. That post-meal movement shuttles glucose into muscle without insulin. It keeps blood sugar lower, it shortens the insulin spike. It's boring, it's not sexy, and it works frighteningly well. People underestimate this because it doesn't feel intense. Fat loss doesn't care how intense it feels. Sleep is the silent killer here. One bad night of sleep increases hunger hormones the next day. 2 nights and insulin resistance rises. 3 nights and cravings feel uncontrollable. So if you're staying up late, you compensate. More protein, more movement, less grazing. You don't fix bad sleep, you blunt its damage. Stress is the final internal threat. Family tension, travel, noise, expectations. When stress is high, your body prepares for danger. It wants energy stored, not burned. That's why people gain weight during stressful periods, even when eating normally. So you downshift on purpose, quiet moments, short walks alone, deep breathing, lower stimulation before bed. This isn't self-care fluff. It's metabolic defense. Now let's talk about consequences. Ignore this, and the cost isn't just weight, it's inflammation, water retention, brain fog, joint pain, acid reflux, poor sleep that lingers for weeks. That's why January feels like punishment. But follow this, and something different happens. You eat the food, you enjoy it, and your body returns to baseline quickly. No rebound, no panic dieting, no guilt, because you never left control. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Holidays don't cause fat gain. Loss of structure does. And so you keep a few anchors. You keep protein high. You keep eating windows tighter. You move after meals. You protect sleep where possible. You don't stack alcohol with chaos. That's it. No calorie counting. No restriction theater. No punishment. Just control in a loud environment. The people who stay lean through the holidays aren't disciplined robots. They're calm operators. They understand that fat gain is slow. But fat loss stops instantly when the wrong signals stack. Your job isn't to be perfect. It's to send enough safe signals to your body that it doesn't panic and store everything. So feast, sit at the table, eat the food, laugh, drink if you want, but do it with intention, because the real danger of the holidays isn't the meal in front of you. It's forgetting that your body is always listening and always aware and always responding. Stay in control, and January becomes a continuation, not a recovery. Lose control, and you'll spend months undoing weeks of chaos. The choice is yours, and now you know how to survive it.